Block 58. What's the difference with my active listening? No, I'm actually engaged at trying to see what his experience was. Okay? Unfortunately, our society is one-up. Most everybody one-ups. You just go to a reception and listen to the one-ups. Hardly anybody takes the time to compliment or contact this guy and really dig out what the story is. So a good coach is a good active listener. All right? Can you see that over there? Okay, good job. All right. Now, let's translate this then to the employee. What we want to do is we want to be a coach. Can you tell me what the productivity change of an annual review is? It's 0 to negative. An annual review has 0 to negative productivity increase. Okay? 0. What I want you to start thinking about is a monthly coaching session. Now, how many of you meet with your team weekly or monthly? Almost everybody normally does. How much percentage of that meeting is just reporting? Fair amount. 0 for you? You're talking about job activity?
Yeah, I want the reporting beforehand.
Oh, you want report beforehand. But typically I find that most of our monthly meetings or weekly meetings are mostly reporting and then crisis management. Like, okay, we had this problem. What are we doing to solve this problem? Very few of it is on coaching. So let's practice. Somebody gave me an idea here to lower costs. Okay, so let's put lower costs over here. Give me some ideas on how you think we could lower costs. Okay, I've asked a question. I don't want everybody to... all I'm getting is these looks.
Stop buying things that are not needed.
Okay, so let's check our purchasing, right? Let's see about our purchasing both from a dollar amount and quantity. Okay, what else can we do? Okay, what's yours? Huh?
Lower your labor costs.
Okay, somebody always says fire somebody. So, you know, at least he was looking at efficiency. So we can lower our manpower, or we can increase our efficiency or our processes, right? Right? What else could we do to lower costs in the company?
Raise revenue.
Okay, that would work because we're going to, but I want to focus on costs. So raising revenue, if we keep the same proportion of costs, we're just going to get the same margin. I'm trying to be more effective by reducing my costs. So what else could I do?
Lower overhead.
We could look at our fixed expenses, okay? We could look and say, hey, have we got the right fixed expense mix? What else? Somebody had a hand.
Competition, like you're buying components.
Yeah, so let's see about what we can find in the competition. Okay, now, of this list, what do you suppose that we could get the highest return on? What should we look at first? Okay, I would venture to say that if we could increase the efficiency or the productivity of the team, by the way, efficiency is defined of doing a task quicker, more quick, okay? What is effectiveness? Effectiveness is doing a task that gives better results. We want to increase effectiveness and efficiency, but effectiveness is what I'm really looking for. Okay, give me some ideas of what we should look at to look at our efficiency. What would be some things we could do?
Process improvement.
Yeah, let's look at our processes. Good. What else? Do you think we could look at training? Right? Maybe we can look at training and increase the skill set of our people. Okay, now, I'm only going to go to here. Can you see how brainstorming with your team, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 different ways of decreasing costs. This month we're going to focus on efficiency. I can take that and put it into steps. I can assign who, what, and when, right? From a brainstorming session. That's what I call the employee coaching session. All right, now what we want to do is develop 4 to 6 goals, with one being a personal goal. why do you think I want to have a personal goal with the people on my team? Okay, you get accountability for sure. What else? Why would I want to go and bridge the gap between my job and my home? If they're happy, they're going to perform better. Everybody agree with that? By the way, I have one of my members is an Employee Assistance Program, EAP. Between 20 and 25% of the population has a life crisis right now. That means child on drugs, going through a divorce, they've just had a death, they're moving, whatever it is. 25% of your population is having some life crisis. So if you can help them with their life crisis, are they going to be more productive at work? Absolutely. So I bridge the gap, and I have one personal goal outside of business. All right. Now, we're going to coach monthly. The coaching session is you provide 1 hour a month. They bring to you the goals that you discussed, and you talk about how to do it better. It's an efficiency, effectiveness discussion. All right? Now, can you hold people accountable if you're meeting monthly? How do you suppose this next box, which is accountability, and somebody mentioned that down here as a coach, right? It's pretty easy to hold somebody accountable if you're meeting with them monthly. And by the way, being a coach is actually fun. Being an annual critic is a pain. I did that for 10 years. It was an absolute pain. But I love coaching. Coaching's fun. Okay, the top level of this is rewards, and they should be based on performance. Now, if you'll implement the productivity pyramid in your workplace, you can increase your productivity from 10% to 200%. Think of the number of employees you have. If you could multiply the productivity by just as little as 10%, what would your capacity change? Think about it. The productivity pyramid. Okay. Who can give me what a typical reactive customer service program is? What's a typical reactive customer service? What's that? Yeah, does anybody know how much it costs to get you a new customer? 5 times the cost of keeping it. I like that. Okay, there's about 6 people in the United States that gave me an exact number of how much it costs to get a new customer. Okay? We all agree it costs a lot of money to get a new one, right? Okay. So a reactive customer service program is we get them, and then we wait for them to call, and then we're on it. We have a team that gets you a solution within 24 hours, right? That's awesome customer service. Let's change this to proactive. Okay, who can tell me what the Pareto or Pareto principle is? Okay, tell me more about that, Stephen. What does it mean?
The way I look at it is that 80% of your revenue is generated by 20% of your customers.
Okay, so according to Stephen, 20% of your customers give you 80% of your revenue. What else could the Pareto principle be used for?
20% of your clients cause 80% of problems.
Okay, usually that's number 3 on the Family Feud thing, but it's true. 20% of your customers give you 80% of your problems. And I'm just going to give you an example. One of our Vistage groups in Utah did an issue opportunity processing because one of the persons had a 30% revenue client. When we finally figured out the margin that they made on that client, it was negative. So they did an issue opportunity processing of how to dispose of this customer that was 30% of the business. They gave it to a competitor. The competitor was thrilled. They just got this huge customer. Do you know what happened to their net income in 6 months? It went up 15%. 15% by getting rid of a customer that gives you 80% of your problems.